Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the final episode of the Astral Academy. Hope everyone's having a good day today. This is a sort of epilogue slash final episode, as something that we needed to, some stuff we need to conclude, obviously, from what you can tell. Very heavy spoiler. If you haven't watched the Cosmicara fight, be sure to do so. But other than that, I'm about to unmute and say hello to everyone. Hello, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Is that when I was like, I feel like I was hello? Never
hello?
mind.
Wait, no, there we go. Hello. Sorry. I was like, why is my mic not working? I have no freaking idea. So, hi guys. Sorry. I good? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my mic wasn't lighting up for a second. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
It's just weird. I don't hear Criken at all.
Oh boy. Well, today is the finale, the final episode of Astral. As far as this story goes, it felt like we needed to do a final epilogue piece for everything that happened with the aftermath, especially with the loss of Tremor, and exactly how everyone copes and what directions everybody heads off to in the end. So it's that is what we are doing today. So let me go ahead and switch over to the screen. I have the screen right there. Yeah. So some time has passed, and I'll be asking you guys a couple of questions of what you guys are doing and what you've been essentially doing up at this point. Let me look for the theme. Got so much music, I apologize. First of all, how is everyone? How's everyone feeling from the last session?
Super good.
I feel really good, man. I feel great.
Yeah. So, a few days has passed since the fight against Cosmicara. You all have learned from the end after members of the Academy as well as the Pirates of the Misdemeanor leapt through the portal after Cosmicara was defeated and a parasite emerged from the corpse of this deceased god, this deceased fetus god, essentially. As the creature departed for Io and fought, everyone, the heroes of Io, were victorious in defeating the parasite. The lands of Io right now are, while safe, are under the looming dread of a tear that has formed within the sky. And Zahani, you would have informed everyone of this at this point. That in Io, there now looks to be like a fabric tear in the clouds themselves. As it's completely parted, you can see the view of the star, of the starry space, of the Jupiter Nova, which you've come to learn as your sun. And off in the distance, which has made things a little uncomfortable, the body of Cosma, the dead planet that you guys were on, always off hovering in the distance. People curious of what this corpse is. That's giant corpse that is essentially floating off into the sky. But with you all, what you all have been doing is mourning a loss. At the end of your phase of the fight, Tremor collided with dangerous meteors, fragments of Jupiter that was summoned from Cosmicara and did not survive the strike. Outdoors, I know you cast Gentle Repose to keep the body in pristine order. What did everyone else do at the end, at that point, at that fight? And I can actually probably take you guys over to that scene now. Let me go ahead and do that. 1 second. I'm actually gonna move you guys over there to see what everyone did at that point. Also moving some things over, making sure everything's there. Yep. I'll actually take you over to that scene now. Boom. So, at that final scene, Al, I know you cast Gentle Repose. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
What did everyone do? This right after everyone left to fight off against to continue their fight against the Lagos parasite in the remains of Cosmicara. Kyrin, who was in ape form, left, as well as Zahani, who just charged in
See ya.
afterwards. Yeah. What were the rest of you guys doing? Beaten and beaten back by this foul creature.
Oh, I guess Gideon was like, he broke down, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zahani left. Gideon said he couldn't fight. And I guess Gideon would just look to Al. Probably in a weaker state than Al has ever seen him. Like, because Gideon hasn't really been, I don't know, he hasn't been that intense with emotions. And at least angry ones were usually, you only see Gideon angry.
Mm-hmm.
So Gideon's kind of remembering the times he fought with Tremor. Yeah, and he just looks to Al, tears in his eyes. And there's nothing we can do.
You brought me back from death.
Yeah, but I was only able to do that with Levin, and all of this is Levin's fault anyway.
I mean, in a way, it could be mine as well.
What do you mean?
Well, maybe if you hadn't brought me back, then you would have had Levin for this fight.
We can't think like that, Al. If Levin was still here, we wouldn't be here. The inevitable wouldn't have been in charge. And if there's one thing I learned while studying time, is that it's a fool's errand. Getting to bring you back was a blessing, and it was a one-time thing.
Oh. Then I don't. And the only one I know who could bring back Tremor is Tremor.
What will we do? Will we bring him back to Io? To his family?
I presume that's what your custom entails?
I think so. But did he even like his family?
I don't know. Why do I feel like I knew him, but I didn't?
I know. He spoke so much of his ambitions that he never told us much of his past. Now the ambitions are gone.
You might have access to records at the school, Al. I know you're not the headmaster yet, but
I'll try and get them, maybe. I can send a message to maybe Eleanor, that maybe she can find them.
Duckason, how are you handling the loss of Tremor after this part of the battle ended? Like, what would you say Duckazon's been going through?
Duck, compared to everyone else, is quite alright.
Also, your audio's pretty low, just so you know,
Okay.
Brizzy.
Duck, compared to everyone else, is quite alright. They technically only knew Tremor a few weeks, I suppose,
Mm-hmm.
and was intentionally not attaching to people. But they realize that everyone else is obviously very torn up, so Duck is really more focused right now on taking the care of practical things so that everyone else doesn't have to. I'm going to go get the body of the Gith who also died in this battle.
Mm-hmm.
Bring that over.
Mm-hmm.
And just try to help in any way I can. I'll say I really expected to lose more of us, if I'm being honest. The fact that we succeeded. I mean, I know Tremor meant a lot to you, but his death really meant a lot.
Oh, you're right.
Have we won?
I mean, we're relying on the goblins. At least Zahani is there. Ugh.
So, go on, sorry.
Thank you for your help, Duck.
Of course. That's why I came.
Are these your people?
No. In a way, distantly related, I suppose, but not technically the same people.
They've experienced a lot of loss too. But you're alright now. As far as we know so far. His sacrifice and the other sacrifices saved millions.
Seems like it so far. Suppose we'll have to wait a bit. Hope Zahani returns to find out how it really turns out, but I think we made quite the impact.
We were really great out there.
You all take a moment to reflect on the battlefield, the craters and the impacts, the wreckage and ruin of all of the drones that you all sent that gave you guys a little bit of time necessary and needed to hold back Cosmicara's onslaught at this point. As you...
I will try to harvest whatever might still be useful from that wreckage.
Any particular spells that that would assist you in that? Or would you just like use your strength itself?
I have floating disc.
Mm-hmm.
And I have identify, and of course I could decrease the weight of any in particular object whenever I need to move it.
Of course. So, you would go ahead and harvest as much of the materials as you can. Gideon and Al, you would be able to guide Tremor's body back to the academy, where there is some crypts that are still open and empty that you would be able to keep Tremor until you figured out what exactly would be the best way to do with them, as well as open up communication either to the Extus Academy or somehow, some way within, secretly within the Extus Academy itself, as you would begin to try and figure out what exactly would be done at this point. You all are able to full rest. If you would like to go ahead and press that on your character sheet. I would say after a day's time returning back, how restful would your day be? Your evening. Tahani would probably return back the following day as you would wait for the results of the battle.
How long would Al wait to message Zahani?
I would have to sleep on it. I didn't have any third level
Okay.
spell slots left. So I would have been blind for the night.
I would say after the evening, you would see, walking back into the academy after a day's time, a battered, sort of like half ape, half Zahani, like dragging themselves back to the academy, before eventually just reverting back to their form, maybe even collapsing a little bit. After a day or so, I would say, from the rest, return over here to one of the side offices. I would imagine the inevitable station, a bit unsettled and unsettling, especially after all the combat that you've been through. Zahani, still weakened, you would drag yourself back. What would you be doing after emerging victorious from the fight against the Lagos parasite that nested itself within the corpse of Cosmikara?
I would say my form is still extremely unstable, still shifting between all sorts of shapes. The only thing constant about my appearance is probably the tears occasionally streaming down. And I can't sort of contain myself. Is there, like, any mirrors or windows in this room?
This would probably be
Or something I could see myself in?
Yeah, Duckazon, this would actually have been your temporary office that you would have been given from the academy. Would there have been mirrors in here, or would you not have been interested in that?
No, there would be no mirror.
Mm-hmm. So,
I
yeah,
wouldn't be able to see myself doing this then.
Mm-hmm. You would just, at that point, just be shifting, maybe even looking down to your hands to see it shifting a variety of colors, maybe fur or the things that's actually growing all over you at this point. But everyone else would witness this at this point.
Zahani?
Was this my fault?
What? Are you okay? What happened?
We killed it, but...
Then you did it.
We did, but I did not tell you guys. Before we fought this, I heard a voice in my sleep. I was created to help Cosma.
How is that possible?
I do not know. It tried to take control of me, but I stopped it. But I feel like everywhere I go, things die.
Things die everywhere.
But would they have died if I wasn't here?
Did you cause it?
I do not know. I do not know why, in what way I was created to help. What if I helped it in a way that I did not know?
Do you have any lapses in memory?
Do I? How much do I remember, Brett?
Well, you've mentioned to yourself a couple of times how you don't, like, a lot of your past has always just been a blur. You're still trying to figure out exactly who you are and where you came from. But the voice that echoed within your mind, you felt in your spirit and core had some degree and level of truth that in some way, shape, and form, you are affiliated with the clan of Cosma. In what way, you're uncertain, but you do know they attempted to take control of your mind as if you were some kind of puppet. But as far as what you can remember, there's still a lot of patches. There's still a lot of darkness.
Okay.
Your history is scattered, and it's fair to say that any memories that you did have of either childhood or the fragments of a family would probably be called into question and doubt in your mind as either falsified, misremembered, or manufactured.
Before I came here, there's a lot that I still don't remember. I don't know if I've done other things before I came here. If other people have been hurt.
It doesn't matter. Since you've been here, you've only done good. You just went through a portal and battled the most dangerous being that threatens the entirety of Io and the other planes, and came out victorious. You saved millions. There's no way that what you've done before could be worse. And good doesn't necessarily outweigh bad, but it's a start. Who cares what you've done before? Look at you now.
I did kill it, but what do I do with the anger still inside of me?
You find a way to cope with it. A way to beat it. That's fighting.
Find peace, find purpose, find something that makes you feel useful and helpful and good.
There are others like me. I could try to find them.
Other people that can change shape.
No, in my dream, when I was told I was created to help Cosmo, I was told there were brothers and sisters also made for the same purpose.
Find the others and free them.
Yes.
If you think it will help, some sort of therapy, it makes sense. Maybe they weren't as strong as you were, and they couldn't hold back Cosmo. Maybe you can help free them.
Where would you start?
I could just go. I mean, I've met many people, many new friends who travel constantly. I do not think I could stay at this academy anymore, though. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
So, where would you go first?
I guess the best choice would be those pirates. They travel a lot, yes? They go on the sea to different islands.
Yes, that's true. But I'm just a little nervous for you. The pirates.
I'm not afraid of them. In fact, I've made friends with one of them already. Helped me fight that thing.
Is she alright?
Yes. She's very powerful. She outdid me in some cases.
Was it just you two against the parasite?
And the goblins, but yes.
Good.
And they did.
No, they've all made it. They did well.
Oh.
So then you will be Pirate Zahani.
I guess so.
Who gave you your name, Zahani?
Levin did.
Levin gave you your name.
Yes.
Hmm.
I do not remember much before. I might have had a name at a point before this, but not that I remember.
You like the name?
Who learned the Astari language?
I know I did. I think we all did, didn't we?
I think all.
The moment you realize that Levin was the one that named Zahani, you realize at that moment, thinking back to it, linking over to the Astari language, it dawns on you that Zahani is a Astari phrase specifically. It is something that a parent would call a child who was bright-willed. Essentially, it loosely translates to bright star.
Aww.
Oh.
One of unlimited potential.
Well, maybe the next time we'll see each other, you'll be a captain.
That would be fun. I could have my own boat, even.
Yes. A ship. Actually, a boat. You wouldn't want a boat if you're going to be a pirate who wants a ship.
There's a difference?
Read our scrolls, honey.
They are just wood, yes? A big wood to float on?
No. Oh, I've got some books you got to take with you.
What about all of you, though? What will you all do from this point?
I was just going to look to the others.
Continue
Gideon
to
looks to the
study.
floor.
I'll do what I can to help the Academy with the constructs that we have left and building up security for any future threats and put as much focus as I can into graviturgy.
Duckison, are you committing yourself to the Academy, or are you returning back to the Spire?
At least for a time, yes.
And
Duck, how long do you plan to stay here?
Until there is nothing else for me here. Until I've learned all I can.
What about you?
I miss my family. This all started out, we were kids in school. I don't want this responsibility. But I
was gonna
don't
look at Duck.
want this. What happened?
Sorry, I was going to say, I just looked at Duck when you said that.
But I don't want this plane to constantly be attacked by greedy men that are seeking power. And honest, I wish we could seal it off from Io.
There could probably be some sort of measures to be put up eventually to block transportation from certain areas. But that could also be a bad thing.
In our time here, I haven't seen good things. Brett, by the way, what is the time fluctuation like?
I'm glad you asked. Please make an Arcana check at an advantage.
Ooh, okay.
So, along with the ritual of Cosmicara and the time fluctuation slowing back down, you come to a realization that the astral veil, as far as time goes, has completely synced to the prime plane of Io. It is now a 1-to-1.
Oh, shit. Maybe now that this plane doesn't give the advantage of time, maybe it won't be as sought after.
At the very least, it lets us react. If someone does come here greedily, we know that they haven't spent at least 12 days there before we even get there.
That is true. And Al, you're going back to the Exodus Academy, yes?
Perhaps not directly there immediately. Because I have a feeling that they might know that I switch sides. But I want to strategize a little bit on Io for sure. Besides, someone's got to find my father at some point, and I don't know. I'll see if I've got any allies over there to get things going, I suppose.
Your father is missing?
Yes. He's been missing for a little while. Since I came back to you, it was actually the reason I came here. And I got pulled into all of this Cosmokara business, and I put that priority first.
Have you been able to contact him?
No. Not at all. But there's numerous ways I've read that you could block that. There's various means of preventing that kind of magic. So it's probably just that. He's probably just kidnapped or something. Nothing to worry about. But
well, I mean, if he's, can I help you?
Well, I'd rather you just be with family. Maybe along the way I can get your aid, but I think at first I'm going to take it slower and be meticulous with it. Research, investigate, take down the Exodus Academy, become its headmaster, find my father, work closely with the king, prevent future wars. It's all part of the plan.
Do you think anything here can help you in your meticulousness? That station up in the sky had incredible technology.
Oh, I haven't thought about it. I don't know, actually. Maybe I could send a request.
Gideon smirks. You have full access, Al.
Oh, fantastic. Maybe I'll get one of those robotic things to come with me. With their arcane weapons. But yes, I think that's where I'm going. Io. I'm going to go home. Oh, going our separate ways. Feels weird that we don't get to hear where Tremor's going, but it's made even sadder that we're all splitting apart.
For what it's worth, even if I didn't agree with Levin's decision in saving you, Al, I am glad that we had you back there.
Very kind.
Levin. There's something else here. Down where the inevitable was. There's a set of chambers and corridors that... Well, I don't know what's in there, and don't know if I want to know. But I guess if any of you are curious to know more about Levin... And Gideon, grips his fist, squeezes it Arthur style.
Mm-hmm.
Then just check the chambers.
I would want to know if he has written anything about me. Maybe.
Well, I don't know if it's dangerous down there, but...
It's just part of the school?
Yeah. I guess, Brett, didn't it seem like... Was it built with the same material as the school when I had found those?
Yes, but the chamber was purposely kept hidden away.
The chamber was hidden, but it seemed to be made up of the same. It seemed to be part of the structure of the school.
Then we should certainly figure out what's down there.
Can definitely look into it. Oh, also Zahani.
Yes?
There's a familiar without a friend. Otto. Maybe. Well, he changes parts quite a bit. Maybe you could have a friend.
I also could change parts whenever I want, I guess. We're sort of alike in a sense.
I can't think of a better person that Otto should go with.
It's true. Besides, it's the furthest place away from me. I'll be happy to see him gone.
You don't mean that, Al.
I hate Otto. But I miss Tremor.
Me too.
Making a note. Gideon, you stated that you were what did you state that you were going to be doing? What's Gideon going to be doing?
So Gideon's gut reaction is that, like, I want to dump all of my responsibilities and just go see my family.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if travel between the two planes is easy now that I'm the headmaster, or?
Well, so it's been sealed off since the Exodus Academy, so it would take some time to reopen. But you do feel confident in your skills to send 1 or 2 people back through the shift. But
Okay.
But it would be a one-way. To essentially go back to Io would be one way. To go between the Io and the Astral would be, you're unable to do that at this point.
Gotcha. I think then once Gideon had heard about Al's father,
Mm-hmm.
I think that he would kind of, I guess, grow up a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think he would probably look to Duck, and that actually works. Cool. I'm gonna stay here, Duck, and we should fortify the school. And once you feel that you have nothing left here to do, I would like to find a new headmaster and at least be available in Io for Al.
All right. That sounds good. We do need to make sure the Exodus Academy is not going to continue to be a threat.
I do wonder, Al, do you know why they wanted to come here? Was it just the advantage in time, or is there more? Is it the resources here in this school?
I think a bit of that, a bit of get 11, and then also I mean, I'm sure they are aware of Cosmicara.
Do you think they wanted to use Cosmicara or stop it?
They didn't bring me into that close a circle, but I really doubt they would like to stop it. They just seem to care about power.
Well, I guess it's good that baby's dead.
Yes, it is.
Technically, I think it was already dead.
Well, it's good to make sure.
Making some notes.
Oh, also Gideon.
I don't like when you say that.
Me neither.
Yeah, right. It's just
Well, now that you all have shared pretty much what you're doing, it's fair to say that all of your decisions that you are making right now is going to make a permanent impact on Io's Phase 3. So
Oh, boy.
So I am simply documenting what everyone has
my
chosen to do.
choice. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save the world from anything bad happening ever. And
Can she roll with advantage or help?
Yeah. Now that I am, so I'm just simply making notes of everyone's objectives.
let's kill any baby Hitlers that happen to exist.
Agreed.
Let's go back in time and kill baby Levin.
Oh, shit.
So I have now that you all have shared what you all will be doing, it has been documented, and we will see what impact your decisions have on IO's Phase 3 in the next several months, and there will definitely be an impact. So,
Oh boy.
Which ones were super impactful? I want to know.
Gonna have
It
to
was
find
Otto
out.
going with the honey.
You released Otto out in IO, you fool.
I love that.
Before I leave as well, Gideon, I'm going to teach you a spell. The sending spell, so that you may contact your sister. And your family.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, well, no problem. I'll try and make it even better if I can.
So, shared memories and of that nature and things that you wish to do in your future. You look at each other one final time, a quiet moment amongst yourselves. And before departing and setting to your own separate ways, you are all able to see Tremor one last time if you so wish.
What?
Not, he doesn't like walk in the room. It's more like
Yeah.
Hey
Like a-
guys, faking it.
yeah, like a ceremony essentially. After you've returned over to the academy with the body, custodians, a variety of custodians, took it. Those that have already specialized a bit in necromancy have begun to prepare him as a what's the word? Is it mortician? Is that the word?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. But essentially, someone
Arcane mortician. Yeah.
like an arcane mortician, essentially. Yeah. To make sure that the body's preserved. That if a ceremony does wish to be taken place, a room itself with a variety of flowers to keep everything smelling of life, essentially. And while you
Smells
all
better than he did before.
Yeah.
And essentially one final way to say goodbye before you decide exactly what to do with Tremor's body. And that does bring the heavy question, though. What do you do with Tremor's body?
Well, it's not like he was exactly against necromancy. If we are able to contact him, it'd be great if we can ask him if he liked his family, if he wants his body to go there.
Yes, can anyone speak with dead?
I cannot.
No.
No.
Perhaps one of the morticians.
DM, help us.
We need a bardo cleric.
Well, with no access to speak to dead, you are unable to do so. Which means you must simply decide. The Astral Academy does have crypts that are able to preserve a body. If you do wish to keep him here, that is a viable option. But ultimately, you all must decide what to do with the body of Tremor.
Would it be possible to keep him preserved and continue to try to learn something like Speak with Dead?
Absolutely.
Oh.
A gentle repose will be kept onto Tremor until you all have either found someone that knows the spell or learned it yourself. And that is definitely something that you'd be able to do in your aftermath if you all decide to preserve him for the time being. You are welcome to do that.
He was your friend. What would you like? Speaking mostly to Gideon and Al. And, of course, if Zahavi's still here,
People.
if he's
yeah.
composed enough to speak.
Maybe it's better his family don't know. For now.
I think I agree with you, Al, and I don't think his family should see him. He is different. And it's probably best to leave the memory of their son going to school as is.
I agree. Especially if you can preserve him, then I think maybe we just keep it. We keep it with some hope.
Someone brought up a good point, and I almost forgot about it as well. You all faked your deaths
Oh, we
when
did.
you left for the Astral.
We did.
I know
Did
you
we?
well, yes, but you maintained contact with your sister, but I don't think Tremor told any of his family. So it is a very distinct possibility that
They already had a funeral for him.
they already think that he's dead.
Wow, wait, I can't. Can you remind my brain?
Yeah. So essentially, when you left for the Astral Academy, you did not want anyone trying to find you, specifically the Exodus Academy. So you faked your deaths so that they wouldn't go looking for you, essentially. Al, if I do recall this correctly, Al promised to maintain contact with your family so that they knew that you were actually alive and well, and they didn't think you were dead.
Wow, yeah, I'm remembering this now. Okay, yeah, thank you for reminding my dumb brain. Yeah,
Hey,
wow.
I also forgot, so it's okay. So it is fair to say that unless someone told of Tremor's family, everyone thought that it's more than likely that his family already believes that Tremor is dead.
So we don't have to feel guilty about putting off informing them.
That's true.
No.
If you all are okay with it, I will try to learn how to speak with Dead, and if we keep him preserved, I can eventually ask him what he'd like done with his body.
That sounds the most logical.
Thank you, Doc.
Of course.
So before you all go your separate ways to continue your own journeys, you are invited. Go and get all your tokens there. To see Tremor one final time before he is put away to continue to be preserved. But you find that the custodians have made a lovely area for him. So let me just see real quick. Okay, perfect. You would walk into the crypts, and there to the north you would see Tremor's body within a casket. Flowers themselves decorate across the room. It is an area of silence, an area of quiet, an area of peace. What do you do?
I would have gotten his notes, his necromancy journals and stuff, given them to
You're free to
Zahani.
move your tokens as well if you wish. Got his notes.
I'd give
like
his books to Zahani. You could take these with you or leave them with him.
I think I will leave them with him.
When we brought the body back,
Mm-hmm.
I would have looked on Tremor's body for the flask or the phylactery that held Ellie.
Yep. You would have found those. You would have found a couple of phylacteries. Specifically, you would find the phylactery that Ellie is housed in. But you'd also find the corrupted phylactery where Levin's spiritual energy is still tapped within.
Would I be able to discern the difference between those two?
I think with a rough arcana, you would be able to discern a basic difference between the two, but you would not have the knowledge to specifically do anything with that.
Okay. I think I just have them on my person for now. And like,
Okay.
I probably would have asked Al, like, what should we do? Is there any way we can we put Ellie at rest?
Would I know about like destroying the phylactery or anything?
You would have to have a study in necromancy, specifically a class focus of necromancy, to know how to do anything with that. With time and research, if you wish to dive into the art of necromancy, you would be free to do so. But for now, unless there is a necromancer in your party, you know,
Or
just the
checking Tremor's notes.
Yeah. It's more that it would be more than that. Tremor's notes themselves would be of a shorthand. You'd have to go ahead and decipher specifically how he would have written them, and it would take time. Essentially, it isn't something that you would be able to handle right now, unless someone specifically was a necromancer with knowledge already in place of it.
Well, then I'm just going to make it like while I'm here with Duck and she's working on defenses, I think that's going to be my primary focus.
Okay. It's just you're going to learn
In
necromancy.
the aftermath, I'm going to learn as much as I can from the academy about necromancy.
Okay.
Maybe it makes me dual class. I don't know.
So would you like to focus on learning Speak with Dead?
Oh, that's a fair point. I think then if you had offered that, I think Gideon would just talk to you about the phylacteries, and maybe along the way while you're trying to learn Speak with Dead, maybe you'd come across what we can do with this. I don't think Ellie deserves to be trapped here.
Certainly doesn't sound like what Tremor would want.
Do I have the responsibility of continuing what he did want?
I don't think you necessarily need to see it through to whatever extreme he was looking for, but just letting her pass on sounds adequate to me, the most natural way anyway.
Yes, and Gideon will shake his head, realizing that we're probably talking about this while Tremor's dead body's over there.
And when we speak with Tremor, we can ask him what he'd want us to do.
Yes, Duck, you're right. That makes the most sense.
This actually brings up a good question. When you were talking about what to do with Ellie. Gideon, with your acquiring of knowledge, would you specifically be attempting to revive Ellie or dispel Ellie, aka send her off to the afterlife?
Yeah, I think Duck had just like really snapped Gideon back when she said we can just ask Tremor.
Mm-hmm.
So like once she learns to speak with Dead, I think Gideon's a coin flip. He either wants to run into the corner and abandon everything that's happened since he went to a school that he was not supposed to be at, or he wants to pick up where Tremor left off. Like maybe now, so basically when Duck speaks to Tremor, if Tremor now has this newfound sense of, you know what, death is finite and final, and maybe Ellie can join me over here and we can share a cup of pudding, then that's great. But he might say, no, I want you to find a way to fix my wrongs.
All right. Good to know. Sahani. So Sahani has Tremor's notes.
Yeah, right now.
Okay. Sahani, what do you do while you're holding the notes?
want to sort of look at them right now. Try to read what some of them say, but I'm not the best at reading.
Mm-hmm. I would say they'd easily go over your head.
Did you forget to put on your circlet today?
Falls off.
I sort of look around, and then I see Tremor over there, or at least what's left of him. And I approach slowly, and my form starts to sort of tremble, but then calms down, and I retain my form, and I'm just gonna set the notes right there for now.
Go ahead.
Ooh.
Tahani, you stare over towards Tremor, and you lay down the notes. Is there anything else that you do?
I killed it. And I speak to Tremor, well, his body. Thank you, Tremor. That's all I say, but I still sort of stand here.
Dukasan, what are you doing?
Standing and waiting.
Gideon?
Really just, being a support system right now.
Okay. Gideon?
I think if I see that Zahani's just lingering, I would probably walk up as well. This shouldn't have happened. But thank you. Thank you. And then I'll grip the phylactery, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna find out what you want. And I'll follow through with that. I'd probably put like a hand on his wrist. I imagine his like arms are kind of like, you know, when they like your hands are folded. I'd put a hand on his wrist. That's it.
Al?
I was gonna step up, look down, and say, "Thank you, friend, for everything. I'm sorry I couldn't help you discover the inner workings of immortality. I know I joked that necromancy would be the death of you, but it wasn't. You died a hero. I didn't really have any belongings of yours to put with you, but for some reason, in this backpack I have a little bag of sand. And I'm not using it. And I suppose if you're going to be here in the Astral, it's the last bit of home. Bit of earth from Io. And if I put it here with you, it feels like, you know, you're not that far. Got a piece of home with you. I'm gonna let the entire academy know what you did. Here and back home. And everyone that can see the academy here. He plants the little bag of sand down.
Okay. You place the bag of sand down over with the just kind of over here with everything.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna head outside.
Al?
Mm-hmm.
So as you begin to walk outside, we'll have to maybe back up here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. You know what? Let me see what would happen here. Okay, so as you place the bag of sand down and look at Tremor one last time before you move to go outside, Tremor's eyes open.
Huh?
What?
What?
As you see a cascading green fire illuminate next to you. The fire then spreads quickly.
I'm gonna back away from down the stairs.
Al, what did you put down?
I didn't. It was just sand. It was sand. I didn't do this.
You would then hear a deep voice.
I gave him everything.
Do we hear that in our heads or
Echoing
from him?
through the room. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Excuse me?
My God, dude, you're toxic as sin. You son of a fucking. Did I mention I got the robe of Archmage? I put it on. Oh.
As you then see a form appear attached to the body of Tremor. A spectral green fire of a man with the horns of that of an Astari.
Oh, come on.
Insane. Dude, this is a funeral, bro. This is party
Dude, this
foul.
is so inappropriate.
Yeah, bad timing, bro.
I need Gideon to roll initiative.
Oh, it didn't come through? Oh,
did
you're
not.
right. I wasn't clicked on, my bad.
As
I
you
didn't
begin,
pick my spells for this.
as you then begin to see just the entire area just illuminate with this deep necrotic green energy. If everyone would like to move back up to their movement speed, you are free to do so at this point before the encounter begins. You're able to move anywhere within your up to your movement speed.
I think Gideon would actually, that would be it. He'd stay.
Zahana,
right
you should
here.
have your health full, by the way. We had a long rest.
Did we?
Yep. Yes, you did.
Okay, thank God, because I didn't have any spells either.
Yeah, everyone's long rested.
Zahani came the next day, but he got a long rest.
Yes, he did.
I mean, I would have rested on my way back. I didn't walk for 24 hours, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you would have received that long rest.
All right. Let's kill Trevor's ghost.
Gideon, what do you do?
I immediately cast Wall of Fire directly through him,
Okay.
and he's to make a Dex 16.
Okay. I like that. Toxic as fuck, dude. He succeeds with a Dex 16. As you begin to ignite the wall of fire around, you will go ahead and take. You will see this figure take a limited amount of damage.
Hmm.
The fire still effective. But yeah, he succeeds with the dexterity save.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and do this. You are still able to do Arcana checks to learn exactly what you're facing.
Yeah, I want to know his HP if I
Okay.
get high enough.
Okay. So for an 18, you learn that you are currently fighting against the angered wrath of Necrona that has synced itself over to Tremor, now filled with absolute anger that his power was turned down, sealed away from this corpse. The wrath will continue to move forward. So you are able to, you said you want to learn hit points?
Yes, please.
Okay. I will be happy to give that to you.
What?
Was it 666? Of course it is.
Oh, I hate this game.
Oh
You really
my
are toxic.
God.
You really are just toxic. That's what it comes down to. All right, cool. I think that's actually Yeah, coronal shift. No, okay, that's everything I can do right now.
Okay. Gideon, at the end of your round, you will see the fire just ignite through the room as the creature will look over to you and walk over.
No.
Duckazon, it's now your turn.
With my Arcana check, I would like to determine any resistances.
Okay. Are you looking for damage resistances specifically?
Yes.
You may also learn
27.
damage resistances, damage immunities, and conditional immunities. Which of
Yeah,
those
that
would
would be great, but damage and resistances is priority right now.
Okay. He's resistant to cold, lightning, necrotic, and fire.
Okay. So probably not immune to... You'd think if anything it'd be immune to necrotics. Okay. I'm going to gesture my hand in a slow clockwise motion over my Orb of the War Mage and attempt to cast Slow on the Wrath of Necrona.
Okay. What save do I need to make? Wisdom, correct?
Wisdom 17.
A 13. Necrona is now under the effect of slow.
Very nice.
Okay, and I will move backward 30 feet.
Okay. Let me get that there. Let me know when it is the end of your turn.
All right, that'll do.
Okay. All right. At the end of Duckazon's turn, it will move 5 feet towards Gideon. Zahani, it's your turn.
But it's slowed.
That's why it only moves.
Oh boy. I mean, any level-headed person would not get close to something that moves 5 feet per turn, but Zahani's just angry at this point and is immediately going to polymorph on the spot.
Okay. Giant ape time.
Once again into red giant ape.
Red giant ape. As you just see Zahani turn into this bloodthirsty red giant ape.
And I will... Oh, I can't see anything.
Oh,
Vision.
sorry. Yeah, let me go ahead and give that to you. Can you see now?
Yeah, and at this point I will rush up to it.
Okay. Does that end your round?
Yes.
All right. Just double checking everything. Okay. At the end of Zahani's round, the creature will try to grasp onto Gideon. With a 26 on a critical hit, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god.
Can I
Yes, you can.
can I react with Colonel Shift?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I want to make him reroll the attack.
You will see time shift backwards as its hand just reverses and jerks back and then moves over towards you again. So
Wow.
Are you kidding me? You
tossed
piece of
What the F? It is a lower damage roll, though.
Okay. You said Constitution saving throw, right?
yes, please.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
You begin to you see Gideon's body just seize up and freeze.
No. This isn't a
Double
spell,
funeral.
right? This is
Double
just an
funeral.
ability?
That is it's not a spell. It is literally just its attack. Al, it's your turn. All right. I can go ahead and give you specific knowledge of the creature that you're facing. There is, along with, let's see, damage immunities, conditional immunities, bolstered undead, or I can give you all of its attacks it's able to do.
Could I try and determine whether destroying...
Oh, and also dire creature encounter, which you are learning is essentially this creature is able to take a full round of actions at the end of each player's round.
I was gonna ask, would I be able to work out whether destroying Tremor's body would destroy this creature?
Very interesting. Hold on one second.
Big brain.
That's Aldoris right there. That's Aldoris brains.
Oh, stop it.
Tremor's body is functioning as a phylactery for Necrona.
Oh.
And we don't know what it takes to destroy a phylactery. Necessarily.
Well, this one's made of flesh and meat and bone.
Right.
So... yeah, I'm gonna cast a 4th level magic missile all towards Tremor's body.
As Aldoris holds out his hands over to the magic missiles. How many missiles is that? And I'll just go ahead and roll.
Was it? We usually get. We get an extra
You
one
get
with
4,
mastery, right?
so it's a 7,
So
I
5,
believe.
6, 7. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Let me go ahead and roll that for you. 22 points of damage as you begin to see missiles just pelt at the body of Tremor.
Plus 1 for each of the
Missile?
because I've got the. Oh no, I wouldn't have familiar bond on. No.
Okay. You begin to see Tremor's body, lifeless body, begin to pelt around at this point in time as the missiles begin to damage this corpse-like phylactery.
Zahani's gonna see this as Monkey and look angrily towards Al now.
I summon out the head as a bonus action as well, right next to the creature. And I look up at the Zahani and go,
You gotta save the living.
He's gonna look sadly towards Tremor's body.
So, before at the end of Al's round, I must roll a d20. It attempts to cast a spell, and it successfully does so on Zahani. As the spell of Blight is cast, Zahani, please make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I need my monkey sheet.
Make another Constitution saving throw to maintain monkey form.
I'm gonna lucky that throw.
Okay.
Or lucky. Did I say monkey? I don't know.
You said
lucky.
You said lucky.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You will take no damage.
Oh!
All right. At the top of the round, you'll begin to see something stir within Tremor's body as it starts to illuminate.
Come on.
Because of Tremor's choice to keep Necrona at bay, the remnants of Tremor's spiritual energy will now attempt to hold back Necrona, stuffing it out completely. You are now given the following options at the top of each round. And I will link that over to the chat now. You may, and each effect stacks, weaken Blight by 2d6 damage, weaken Cloud Kill by 1d6 damage, lower Necrona's speed to a flat 5 feet, deal 100 true damage to Necrona. As a party, what would you like to do?
Wait, and we get one of these at the end of at the start of every round?
That is correct. And they do stack, so you can choose the same thing over and over if you'd like.
Blight does D8. Does it? Would
Yeah,
you do
Oh,
the
it's
2d6?
D8. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, when I say D6, what I mean is it's lowering a dice.
Okay, yeah.
So you're lowering 2d8 of Blight.
I'm tempted to just go for the 100.
I am too.
You too.
But I'm just nervous because if you're paralyzed right now, he does double damage to you.
I can
So-
try some.
The scariest thing I think he's got in his arsenal is that paralyzed.
Does he have to touch you for that?
That is
Yeah.
correct.
As long as we can keep our distance and
That's what
he's
I'm thinking, right?
slowed.
We just keep backing off, counter spelling, slamming him, avoiding him. But I don't know, if we want to do the 100 damage, we can. It's still 560 we have to get through.
Because he's only been moving 5 feet anyway, so I don't know, like, lowering his speed to 5 feet will feel bad.
That's true.
But now he might start picking up the pace, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of partial to 100 damage.
Let's do it.
It makes it so we have to get through 6 turns somehow, 6 rounds.
Right.
You see a spiritual energy just surge forth from Tremor as a fragment of his soul is sacrificed and beat back to try and fight Necrona. 100 damage is dealt to Necrona. Gideon, you are paralyzed for this round. I will need you to make a Constitution saving throw to try and break out of the paralysis. At the end of your
Very good.
round, you are no longer paralyzed.
Oh my god.
Oh, I need to put back on the
Awesome.
turn order is a 10.
Oh, I know. I see you over there. It's in my DM view.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Gideon, because you have freed the paralysis, you are able to take a action now. Or
Nice.
a turn of actions.
Okay, cool. How can I get away from you now that I know you do this? I don't think I can. Nope. Okay.
He is slowed, which means he is unable to take reactions.
You're right. He is slow. I'm gonna go ahead and sneak around a monkey. Go here, 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 and then I'm just going to cast magic missile at the 4th level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You could also roll 7d4 plus 7 if you wish to
right.
not do that.
I did all that, but can I just do that because I don't want to count?
Yeah, absolutely. What are you casting at? Necrona or the body?
I'm casting it at the evil dude, not the dead boy.
Okay. 26 points of damage dealt.
And that it's my turn.
All right. At the end of your round, the creature will look over to Zahani. And will attempt to once again grasp. 19 to break armor class. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Nice.
Good boy.
I don't know what happened to your AC, your hit points. Oh, I see.
They doubled.
Hooray! I see what I did wrong. You succeeded. You're good. It still hits you for 8 points of cold damage, but you are not paralyzed at this point. Necrona will attempt a saving throw to break out of the slow at this point. 17, and what's your DC?
It
Duck
is
is on?
17.
It meets the slow is shattered at this point. Duck-a-thon, it's your turn.
I am going to pluck at the front of my orb of the War Mage as if I'm pulling an invisible string from it, and I'm going to cast Gravity Sinkhole in the top right corner of the room.
Okay. All right. If you select your token, you can select Gravity Sinkhole as well. Just to check out those abilities, it'll be a lot faster. There you go.
Yes.
Did
Yum.
critical amounts of damage. Is it con for half or con for none?
I believe it is con for half, but they will not be moved the 20 feet if they save.
34 points of damage. Is it moved towards the sinkhole?
Yes. On failed save, take the damage and is pulled in a straight line toward the center of the sphere, and that center is that top right square.
Okay. You would then.
And that would probably include Tremor and his book as well.
Oh
Oh,
no. If
Does he
it's
go through the wall of fire?
He does go through the wall of fire. How much damage does the wall of fire do?
Let me go ahead and just I think I have to roll 5d8.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, actually, question. I believe if you're paralyzed, that drops your concentration. Is that correct?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that sounds correct to me, DM.
Joe?
Most likely.
Yeah, I would say so because you would at that point just lose
It makes you
everything.
incapacitated and stuff, right?
Yeah. That would
Okay.
not
Yeah.
happen. Yeah.
I won't.
All right. Duckazon, is it your...
I believe that's the end of my turn.
Okay. At that point, you will see... Oh, nope, that's a flower. You will see Necrana begin to move forward 10 feet. Sahani, it's your turn.
Moving forward and using my apparently 10-foot long arms that I never knew I had.
Mm-hmm. Monkey.
Just learned that last session. I'm gonna make 2 just fist attacks, slamming down on him.
You select your token, press the fist button.
Oh no!
Okay. That one hits, that first fist hit. So let me just go and select the button for you. For 21 points of bludgeoning damage. Yeah, if you use your macro tokens, it'll be a lot
Oh yeah, I have to
faster.
click on him. I was wondering where the buttons were.
Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, you gotta select your token, so. 21 points of damage. Zahani, does that end your round?
Yes.
He moves over 10 feet, holds out a hand again to Zahani to cast Light. Zahani, please make a Constitution saving throw.
That doesn't hit.
Why doesn't
Monkey
it hit?
has this cloak of protection thing. And, oh wait, no, I didn't. Oh no! Okay, that does it. I forgot to do mage armor before I monkeyed.
Well,
It's
it's
too
also
angry.
it's a Constitution saving throw, so you need to make a Constitution
Oh, it's a
save.
DC.
Yes.
That's
You're
no
good.
problem.
Al, it's your turn.
Don't forget Arcana checks, I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
I'm too angry.
Condition immunities.
Okay. Condition immunities. Charmed, exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, and banishment.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna back up. And I'm gonna do the concentration drive.
Okay.
Behind me one, and have it do bless to maybe out of range duck to me, Gideon, and Zahani then.
Okay. So everyone except Duck, essentially.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bud.
That is
Plus a
fair.
D4.
Roll 1d4 on hits and saving throws.
Okay. Ooh, saving throws. That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep, that goes the same first. I think that's all I can really do. I might just I might go a little further down,
Okay.
and I'll move my head.
At the end
Oh,
of Al,
shit.
at the end of Al's round, you'll hear Necrana as it summons a cloud of poison.
Do we have wind things?
Counterspell.
All right.
What
Top
level
of the
spell is
round.
that though?
Huh? It's the
What level
counterspell. The counterspell would work.
Okay.
Top of the round. What would you like to do with Tremor Spirit? As
More
Tremor
big
continues
damage,
to fight.
guys.
Damage.
100.
Well, did you say he's losing a fraction of his soul?
He's using the remnants of his spirit and soul to fight back Necrana with you.
It's still there.
So we're gonna get, is he gonna get destroyed though? If we keep requiring his help?
You could make an Arcana check at this point. I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back if you guys want to play.
Same.
We can talk about this.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll leave you on
I
mute.
don't know, dude.
But I'll be right back.
Oof.
Listen, you guys could do your big brain plays. I'm just here to hit. I'm just here to be angry, alright?
I think the thing is,
What is the thing?
well, would Tremor give a portion of himself to destroy Necrana? Would we believe that?
Why wouldn't we?
I mean, he gave up his life to
Yeah.
not have it in control.
Yeah, but we didn't know that, right? We
Oh,
didn't
I
know
guess
that
that's right.
Necrana was the last thing, so...
But we can tell that it's working, right?
Yeah, it's just that if he loses his soul, there's no, like, afterlife whatsoever. Is that the most fucked up for him? I don't know.
Just infinite darkness, I think that's what he wants.
I
think the
guess
thing is,
I
this
don't
thing
think
is so
Duck
dangerous.
thinks about afterlife, so I guess
I don't know what the afterlife is. I wouldn't care.
Shit. Yeah, I mean, this thing is so dangerous with the paralyzed. Maybe at least one more of Tremor's thing. If
I'm
we
back.
start getting in...
Hey.
Hello. Oh, Shady comes
Okay,
back.
sorry, back.
No, you're good. I just came back myself.
Nice.
All right. So another 100 points of true damage has been dealt. Gideon, it is your turn.
Okay. I want to. I'm just gonna magic missile him again.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, let me just do the. How about we just do the roll thing? Roll.
Yeah, I'll do
gonna-
that for you.
Cool, thank you.
74 plus 7. Yep. 30 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice.
That was a
As-
good roll.
As more
That's very
missiles
good roll.
begin to cast forth from your hands over to it, you see the spirit of Necrana beginning to wane and weaken.
Sweet. I want to also make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Is that high enough to know anything?
Yes, it is. What would you like to know?
What is left that I could know?
Well, so there isn't much to learn. You can learn damage immunities, or you can learn
Okay.
more specifics about his attacks.
I think I want to learn. Yeah, you know what? I think I want to learn about like the force that's coming from Tremor.
Okay.
Like, if it's going to obliterate his soul if he keeps doing this, or is this just like Tremor's last ditch effort to help us?
So since Tremor declined Necrana's offer to continue to essentially live at this point, and this is also what you would learn that there was essentially a deal, a bartering between Necrana and Tremor. Tremor declining to let Necrana have his way with his body essentially and allow him to live. This is the remnants forces of Necrana's anger that has already been entwined into Tremor. So there's still a part of Tremor that is essentially holding Necrana back. But as far as Tremor's soul is concerned, it is what you are fighting. That Necrana, the spirit of Necrana, the wrath of Necrana is already Tremor's soul. The things that are fighting him back currently is the last part of him that is still him that is holding Necrana back.
So he's already lost.
That is correct.
That's awful, and I hate you, and I am.
And then we take all the help we can get.
I don't hate you, Brett, but I do have my turn.
Okay. Thank you. At the end of your round, Necrana will attempt to paralyzing touch over to Sahani. That's a miss, as you will then see him try and walk around you. Duckazon, it's your turn.
I am going to again wipe my hand over the orb of the War Mage and try to cast slow on him.
All right, I'll make a wisdom saving throw at this point. Necrana succeeds with a critical hit.
Yeah, he does. Okay, and I will make an Arcana check.
Okay. 12
12.
is insufficient.
Okay. I'm gonna move forward a little bit.
Okay. Does that end your round?
Yeah.
Looking behind the monkey at this point, Necrona will cast a spell over at Gideon. Gideon, please make a Constitution saving throw or take 34 necrotic damage as he casts the spell of Blight.
I choose neither, and I counterspell at the 3rd level.
I will allow that. As you cast the counter spell, you're able to reflect back the Blight, canceling it in its entirety. Zahani, it is your turn.
Now that I know my fists can hit this thing, I'm just gonna attempt to use my action to grab it.
Okay, go ahead and make a yes.
Just in the essence of fair game, would 3rd level work against the 4th level blight spell?
Yes, it will.
Okay, cool. Okay, just double checking.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, for this encounter, the counter spell cast at its minimum level is able to work.
Sick.
Mm-hmm. So are you attempting to grapple the creature?
Yeah.
Be fair
Just hold
warned.
him in my hand.
Yeah, be warned of its grappled essentially allows you to restrain it. So yeah, you can do that. Okay. Make a strength check.
You're grabbing a ghost.
Oh, I'm gonna lucky that.
Oh no.
With a special melee attack, if you're making multiple, yeah. Actually, you can attack with your fist to grapple. Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, can I?
1 second. Using this one for I always have to double check with grapple because it changes every time. By making a grapple check instead of an attack roll, a strength roll. Oh, the target, yeah. Yeah, you make an attack roll if you'd like with a fist.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and not worry about.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, so 28 as you go ahead and go forward to pounce.
Okay.
He will
That's
attack.
fine, just going to. Oh, do I also roll the damage for a fist grapple?
Nope.
Or is it just the grapple?
It's just the grapple. You're foregoing
Okay.
damage for this.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna hold him, and that's my turn for now.
Oh, he is now restrained. His movement speed has dropped to 0. All right, that ends your round. At the end of the round, while you have him restrained, Necrona will attempt to cast a spell. As once again, a cloud of poison begins to form in this area.
Counterspell.
I love it.
It is then muted at that point. Necrona is unable to move, is going to attempt to break out of the grapple.
Dealing with goddamn wizards, dude.
Failure. Al, it's your turn.
Bonus action, Spirit Shroud, aka Study Group from the head.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna do. It's gonna do
10 feet, correct?
Check this. Sorry.
10 feet for Spirit Shroud?
Mm-hmm. And then he's resistant to. Let me just check. So, cold lightning, necrotic fire. Okay, it'll be radiant damage. And then I'm gonna do firebolt and send 2 of them his way.
Okay.
19 to hit and a 17 to hit.
They both hit.
So that's the first one. That's the second one.
And you said they're radiant or they're fire?
And then, so those ones have to be fire. I can't change those, but I do get the 2d8 of radiant on top of that. So.
Okay. And dealing another 9 points of damage. Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Does that end your round?
Yes.
Necrona will once again attempt to break out with a 5. You also need to make a strength check as well, Monkey.
During all these? Okay.
Yeah. This one would be strength itself. All right, you're good. Top of the round. What would you like Tremor Spirit to do to try and fight back Necrona?
100 pointies, I think. Big
Yeah.
damage.
You begin
Slice
to
them.
see Necrona's spirit begin to fade and wane as whatever's left of Tremor is attempting to break back and sever this deal. Gideon, it's your turn.
Tried and true, like a student of the school, I will cast Magic Missile, but at the 3rd level, so it's 1 less dice.
Okay, 64. Dealing 21 points of damage. You continue as you just see Gideon holding out his hands, a constant flurry of magic missiles being hit upon Necrona. not even stopping for a moment as he continues to expend all of his arcane energies to try and beat back the spirit. Gideon, what do you do?
I move back 10 feet.
Okay.
And I think that's it. I don't even think there's really anything else to check.
Okay. At the end of your round, going to attempt to break out. An 8, give me a strength check, please. 8. 14, you're good. He's going to attempt to paralyze touch at that point over at the ape, unable to move.
It just misses.
17 just misses. All right.
Yeah, I
Duck
have
is on.
18.
Duck is on. It's your turn.
I'm going to, with my bonus action, throw my gravity orb forward and to the left of the monkey as far forward as I can, and then as my action, cast catapult at the 2nd level towards the angry boy.
All right. If you select your token, I believe there is a catapult option there. Perfect.
Indeed.
DC 17 dex.
Does he have any sort of difficulty being grappled?
I believe he would be. I
think it depends whether or not you think he's restrained while he's grappled or he's just normal grappled.
Grappled there. Condition ends the grappling capacity. The condition ends with the grappling capacity. The condition in effect also ends with the effect. Nope. He would be able to try and at that point, he's still able to shift and move around. His speed just drops to 0 while grappled. So here we go. 17 dex save. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okie dokie.
Correct.
He manages to dive down as the orb falls past it.
Smashes in the wall behind him. Arcana check.
Okay. 16 works with nothing else left to learn.
I would like to know his worst. I would like to know his worst stat that is not strength. I'm not even asking about strength. If that
Dexterity is at a 12.
Okay.
Okay, does that end your round?
That ends it.
Okay. Once again, the wrathful can't do that. Will attempt to cast a spell as a cloud of poison mist begins to form.
Oh boy, I'm running out.
Ignore that. I don't know why that.
We almost got this.
There we go. Perfect.
Kind of spell.
As at that point, you just see Al continue to hold out his arcane energy to deflect the spells. Zahani, it's your turn.
I want to ask you if I can use my throw rock ability using him as the rock.
No, you cannot.
Oh, man. Then can I just throw him without doing that?
You can move. You can try and throw him up to half your movement speed if you'd like.
I just want to throw him into a wall at this point.
Okay.
Away from everyone.
15 feet. He'll get tossed over. Well, if you want him away from everyone, then you'll probably. But
yeah, it'd be up here.
Yeah, you'll toss him up over there.
Slam into the wall.
You'll see it make contact as he lurches over, standing back up. That is your action. You're able to move.
I'm gonna move right here.
Okay. At the end of your round, he will begin to move, looking over at this point at Zahani. Attempt to cast the spell of Blight. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Maybe you have a D4 on top.
Yeah, I'm gonna lucky that then.
Okay.
Okay.
You succeed.
Nice.
No damage dealt.
Only have one more of those.
Al, it's your turn.
I'm gonna move the head so that it gets in range. And I'm gonna move so I can see him. And I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray at 3rd level, changing it into radiant damage.
Okay. If you select your token, I believe you have Scorching Ray. Yes, you do. You just select that 3 times.
Okay.
That hits. That hits. That hits. All for not the best damage.
I cast it at
3rd level.
3rd level, yeah.
You get 1 more ray. There it is for another 11 points of damage.
Nice.
And 48 radiant because all of them hit. Low roll now, so
Ooh.
an extra
Well,
48
that's
radiant.
Okay. As you begin to see the spirit of Necrona begin to tear asunder.
Okay.
All right. Top of the round. What would you like Tremor to do? The damage, I'm assuming?
The damage.
Big damage.
Another 100 points of
Big
damage as Necrona becomes more transparent. Continues to fight with the last of its spirit.
Okay,
Gideon,
just
it's your
stay
turn.
alive.
I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15. And for the first time in this campaign, I'm going to use my action to cast Momentary Stasis. Necrona needs to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 16.
Okay.
And if it fails, it...
Failure.
Cool. So it stays still, and I shout out, just let Tremor finish this. Don't touch him. And he is incapacitated.
Okay.
Is that if you don't touch him?
He's has to be that way until the end of my turn, until the end of my next turn, or if he gets damaged.
Okay. So no damage, monkey.
All right. So with that, does everyone hold their action?
I do.
Yeah. Well, I would.
I don't. I don't.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll prepare a catapult just in
If I
case.
see,
No, I can't hold my action. I don't.
All right.
yeah,
On
'cause
Zahan.
he's ape.
I'm too angry.
Duckazon holds an action of a catapult. What was the held action?
I'm holding a catapult just in case he comes out of stasis.
Okay. So, I mean, this technically counts. You're able to attack at advantage with a critical hit fist.
Oh.
Zahani.
How do I roll crit damage on it?
I'll roll the crit damage. You just click on the fist.
Okay.
48. Nice.
All right. So, with that, I will roll an additional 3d10. You deal a total of 42 points of damage. The stasis is now broken, which then lets off the conditional catapult, Duckazon.
Launch.
Okay.
Launch over there with a dexterity save. Still within its stasis, still shooken up by that. Another 13 points of damage is dealt. Zahani, you're able to attack again with your fist.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just see at that point another critical hit.
That's enough.
That just deals 36 points of damage as the fist of Zahani just pounds down into the area. This spiritual essence shatters like a glass as you then just hear the wails of Necrona. The essence of Necrona fades off at that moment. The fire dies within the area. As the map itself, as the crypt, as the necrotic energy then fades, the spiritual energy of Tremor defeated and gone. Tremor, at this point, is now lost. However, a great threat has been stopped and prevented this day. As if left unchecked, Necrona would have been a dire threat for future generations. End initiative.
Zahani is still punching the wall where this thing was.
Zahani. Zahani, stop. It's gone.
He looks where his fists were and sees just nothing. Are the flames gone too?
Yeah, at that point, you just see the flames just fade away.
Hey.
Okay.
The sun's getting real low. Come on, buddy. Come back, Zahani.
No, his form's gonna slowly drop. Just
You will just see at that point as Zahani shifts back into their original form, just covered in red from the anger of Zahani.
what was that?
That was what was left of
Piranha.
Tremor's soul.
Why did
That's
it come out of him?
terrifying that that was attached to him. That was him.
I'm gonna go and double check to make sure that, like, I'm gonna study his body to see if there's any like remnants of it left or anything. If there's any magical energies or anything like that.
Please give me an Arcana check at an advantage. As you look over at the beaten up and bruised body of Tremor from the magic missiles you cast in the hopes to stop this creature that was using Tremor as a phylactery, it disturbs you to find that no spiritual life force, no soul, is present within this body. You are simply looking at the corpse of Tremor. He is truly, at this point, gone.
Do you think it's still possible to call him back with something like Speak with Dad, or is...
No,
Does this
there's
mean-
nothing. Nothing to call back. He saved us again.
It is at that point, with your Arcana check combined and study, you would learn the power of Necrona, the anger of this wrath that had attached itself. A once very powerful necromancer of a starry history had given Tremor a choice. Live to fight another day, but under the influence of a dire necromancer. Or keep Necrona at bay so that his influence would not spread further. Tremor chose to die so that others may live, so that others may never experience the threat of the spirit of a once powerful necromancer and lich that would have done terrible things to the Astral, to Io. With the last of his spiritual force, Tremor offers up his soul so that this dire threat will never again loom. Because with Tremor gone, so is Necrona. In every aspect, every form. Necrona will never return.
I was gonna head outside to find kind of the tallest balcony he can, and he's gonna cast Into the Sky. He's gonna cast Skywrite, which lets him write words into the sky. That can be seen. Yeah, they can go up into the sky and kind of words appear to be made of cloud and remain in place for the spell's duration, so it's pretty high up. And so that all of the Academy can see, he's going to write, "Here lies Tremor. He lives forever in our memories." Just to try and get as many people from the Astral to see it.
The students and the citizens around in the Astral Veil will look up into the sky and see that, in fact, it will be a day that will be remembered in Io's history as well as the Astral's history of the not only the mage warriors, the wizardly heroes who fought back against the fearsome Cosmikara, but also of the young student, Tremor, who sacrificed themselves to save the Astral from this threat. The skywriting in history will mark the day that the battle finally ended, and that a new chapter was written for the Veil. This will be forever marked in the passage of time in the history books, when 500 years from now, 1,000 years from now, a young, studious wizard may come across this story and learn of the noble sacrifice of Tremor Cushions.
Damn.
So, with that, unless there is anything else you would all like to do, that will conclude the Astral Academy as well as the Arcane Academy campaign. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Brett.
Thank you, Brett.
Unbelievable.
It is at this point, the credits would roll. The story would be complete, but there would be one more scene.
Post credits.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be Samuel Jackson inviting us to become Avengers.
Samuel L. Jackson walks in. You son of a bitch.
I'm putting together a team. Putting together a team.
Hold on one second. I'm trying to find.
Did you really have the budget for Samuel L. Jackson, Brett?
Maybe. I would say at this point some time would have passed. Al would have returned back to Io, as well as Zahani, as a typical sort of paperwork is being done to get the school in order, to search for a new headmaster, since Gideon, you would have expressed that you had no interest in such a thing anymore. With you, I would feel desperately trying to look for a new headmaster. One of the students would walk in and inform you. Standing forward, she would look over. Headmaster, someone has come through the front gate, wishing to speak to the head of the school. She has said she has been in some sort of chronostasis, and she's uncertain how long it's been. I figured you would be the only one that would know of such a thing. Maybe even be able to help her.
Oh, yes. You can send her in.
She will leave the room and open the door. And you both would look at each other, curious of who it may be. Let me... It is at that point, draped within ragged cloths, her form covered. She seems a bit shaky, but as she lifts up the hood from her head, she would look up to you in a sort of... There's a calmness in her eye, but she appears bewildered and confused. Duckazon, you don't know who this person is, but in your horror, Gideon, you see the face of the headmaster of your academy.
Oh my god.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
And she walks up to you as if a stranger, never seeing your face before. She blinks a little bit and looks up to you. I apologize for this intrusion, Headmaster. Perhaps introductions are in order? I am Gloria Kronos, Chronomancer. I've been trapped for quite some time, and I need to know what time it is. because I feel as if my kingdom may be in danger. And that is where that scene will end.
That son of a bitch. So she was replaced. Oh,
Wow. Insane.
And that is... Yeah.
God damn. The hot headmaster lives.
Oh, hopefully this one's not evil.
Turns out she's evil too.
Hi, I'm Gloria Kronos. I also enjoy drowning kittens. You're like, no. Yeah, that's it. Did you guys did you guys enjoy everything? I hope you guys had fun with this
Absolutely.
campaign. This has
It
been
was so wonderful.
Yeah, this was great.
Very great.
Thank you. Someone, hold on, let me see before I open this up. Someone posted what appears to be a long piece of fan art. Let me go ahead, open dish up. Yeah, you guys did great. That was absolutely a wonderful finale. So thank you.
Oh my god, there's a tremor in the image on the
Yeah,
stream.
I
Oh
noticed
my
that
god.
too today.
Oh!
Look, he's in his like almost normal form and right there. Almost pure skin.
Oh, this is such good art. Okay, I'm ready to show this off. Hold on, let me get the make sure the display capture is good. Display capture is good. Someone made a small comic of Tremor after his death at this point.
Oh man.
You would see a week
This is just mean.
you would see a weakened Tremor. He would look up to the sky. Levin? Levin, is that you? And you just kind of see the shadow of Levin off in the distance. And Levin would turn. It is Tremor. I see you've been through quite a lot as well. You could say something like that. Tremor would say. Kind of looks like he's grasping onto his hand. So, Tremor, do you still think my choosing of the goblins was a mistake? Trevor's like, God damn it, Levin.
I love it.
Oh, that's so good. Oh,
Sure, you just shattered this image, just so you know, Brett, but it's fine. I still love it.
What do you mean I shattered the image? What do
He
you
has
mean?
no afterlife.
Oh yeah, shit, that doesn't happen.
This isn't
No,
even.
this
Oh,
is
God.
what happens in the 24 hours before the fight.
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
There you go.
He gets yanked away from this beautiful moment to fight the wrath.
The next panel is yoink. It's just the word yoink.
Well, you know, if there's one thing I could teach you guys, life isn't fair. That's the end of Astral.
Oh god.
But no, it's been a pleasure DMing each and every one of you. It's a couple of announcements. Yes. So Zahani, specifically Shane, I am going to, if you so wish, I'm going to talk to the pirates of the Misdemeanor and see if they have room for one more, so that we can at least get you at least on a guest spot for a few episodes, all things considered. But I'm pretty sure we can at least get you on a guest spot for a little bit, so that would be pretty good. There will be what else? There'll definitely be some aftermath with what's going on with Al. I'm assuming who will eventually return to the academy. That will have some impact over here on this act. I have marked down on my notes. Let me check my notes real quick of what you guys are going to do. Gideon is not going to be resuming as headmaster, trying to find someone to replace him as soon as possible he can. Gideon will be keeping Ellie and keeping Levin's spiritual energy now that there is no way to speak to Tremor to figure out what his wishes would have been. Zahani will go off to explore and discover themselves amongst the pirates of the Misdemeanor to see what exactly is out there in the world. Aldoris will continue their investigation of their father with a stirred interest in becoming the headmaster of the Exodus Academy, which is very possible, as the Exodus Academy, after the events of the Cosmicara fight, will shut down for the year after pending an investigation of what their involvement or who was involved with the ritual to bring Cosmicara into the plane
they're
of
in
Io.
trouble.
And Dekusan will continue their research, and yeah, we'll just continue their research and move back to the Spire to learn more about gravitymancy now that their role has concluded.
And once I feel confident that the security at the Astral Academy is up to par.
Of course.
Did we ever find out what was in that box that left the first ever airship when we first came on? Weren't they transporting a box?
Dude. Oh, wow. Yeah, remember that? Those guards were walking off?
I can tell you what that box was.
Yeah.
It was specifically linked to Allking. It was the head of King Tenenbaum, the last Allking of Io.
Oh shit!
They went over to the Astral Academy. This cult essentially went over to the Astral Academy, where the headmaster performed a ritual allowing for the revival of King Tenenbaum. And that head was then shipped off, was given to a warrior named Abel, who was secretly the immortal Braun, and they went off on a journey with head in tow, the party not realizing the head was in tow, and they witnessed that at the end of Allking when King Tenenbaum was revived and then promptly killed. So, yep, that is what happened. That box. I had to think about it because I was like, that sounds familiar. What was that? I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That was the link, if that was ever explored.
Wow.
Yep.
How'd that come into your brain, Joe?
I was just trying to think if there's any unanswered questions in my.
I mean, there's still. I mean, there's always going to be a bunch of. There's going to always be a little hints and stuff has been, around that area. If you did decide to explore the time chambers to enhance, Gideon's time magic, for example, you would have found Kronos in there. You would have found Headmaster Kronos within their stuck, but since Cosmic Kara's defeat and the time consistently shifting back, that loop was broken and she was able to free herself at that point. So, yeah, there's always little hints here and there, just kind of scattered around, that will either remain solved or unsolved. But that's the beauty of D&D. You're not necessarily meant to discover everything or figure out everything. Sometimes some questions are just simply left unanswered because party members decide to focus on other things, and I think that's always been the beauty of D&D. So, absolutely. I also would like to let you know, because you have brought this up, if you guys ever want to return for a mini series in the future, you have discovered a campaign mini series, the Chamber of Levin, specifically, that goes into the history of Levin and the Astari race that is found underneath the Astral Academy. So if anyone ever wants to return to that, I'm sure over the next couple of months we can schedule a few sessions so that you guys can actually explore that out if you so wish and desire. That option has now been discovered and are available to you guys. Act 3 is definitely going to have a lot of mini campaign discoveries as you continue to explore stuff that are essentially deviations from the primary story. There's going to be a lot of things discovered that way. So they're entirely optional. They are not meant to be things that are needed to be pushed through or gone through, but they are meant as little stories to sort of flesh the lore out of Io even further. So you do have that option if you all ever want to get a Astral Academy get together back again. And then the final thing to note at this point in time is Zahani, which you will soon discover. Oh, you know what? Let's do this now. Let me get you. Let's get you back to the screen because I didn't want this to be part of the storyline because the story itself was. I didn't want too many distractions from the main storyline. But Zahani, if you can do me a favor, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-huh.
All right. Zahani, as you either slumber or find yourself alone, perhaps ready to travel to head over to Io, a white light will bathe over you as you feel something forcing you and tearing you to a location. With a 10, that saving throw is a failure.
Oh God!
You will then find yourself in a strange area where you will see 2 goblins who have just appeared there before you, specifically Pikel and Model. As more lights begin to form. And that is where I will leave you there.
Oh God!
Wow.
As you will be, as you know, part of the Chamber of 8. The Chamber of
Could
the
you
8.
imagine if I succeeded that and I'm just not in it?
At that point,
choose?
well, so Model actually critically succeeded their Constitution saving throw and had the option. So they knew where Pikel went and had the option to not go. But Model continued, pressed forward because Pikel was taken away. So yeah, oh no, absolutely. Absolutely you can choose not to go. 100% you can choose not to go. But if you do choose to go, there may be little advantages given for that. But yes, so at that point, yeah, Zahani, you will be there. Will be there with 2 goblins, and you will see others begin to form. Specifically, you'll see a Warforged, a rather large, sizable Warforged, and what appears to be a very pale young lady with stitches in her face, or her mouth stitched up.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
A
Who
zombie.
will also be there. But Chamber of the 8 will be actually happening on the Astral Academy time slot. So next Thursday, 7 p.m. EST is going to be the first session. It should be a 2 to 3 session campaign. I'm pretty sure it's only going to be 2 sessions, but I'm adding that 3rd session as a little bit, just a little bit of wiggle room in case it ends up going. So make sure you all return for that next Thursday. As far as who's going to be Joe's going to be starring in it as well, but it is not as Aldoris.
Right.
So,
And the sexy Sterling.
Sexy Sterling, that is correct. It's going to be Criken, Joe, Dodger, G-Mart, Bree, Benji, Shane, and Strippin. Did I say Strippin? And Strippin. It's going to be an 8-party adventure, so it should be a lot of fun.
Nice.
I've missed Sterling.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time.
I know, buddy.
It's been good seeing Sterling again. So yeah, that actually is starting next Thursday. So make sure y'all stay tuned and watch. It should be. I'm very excited for the Chamber of the 8. It's going to be a very, very good campaign. Ooh, and it's also going to set a lot of things up for the 3rd act, for this act as well. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So once again, thank you guys so much for being a part of this. You all have been wonderful to DM, and I look forward to DMing you all in whenever you wish in future stories as well, with different characters, maybe even the same characters. But yeah, so thank you again.
Thank you, Brett.
Thank you,
buddy.
Brett, and everybody.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
So fun.
Yeah, this was fun. All right, have yourselves a good day. I'll see you around.
You too. Goodbye,
Bye.
friends.
Bye, friends.
All right, everybody. All right, everybody. Good session. Good finale. Brett, I'm sad. Well, then we did something right.